Good evening and welcome. My name is Laura Jacobs and I'm the Senior Manager of Customer Advocacy here at CPS Energy. I want to thank you for joining us today for CPS Energy's virtual People First Community Fair. We have a strong commitment to our community and our customers. While we would have loved to have joined you in your community, due to the COVID-19 health pandemic, we are promoting wellness and we are using technology to share information about CPS Energy's programs and initiatives. We are excited today to be joined by District 1 Councilman Roberto Trevino, in addition to members of our CPS Energy team. Today, we have Rosemary Aguillon, an outreach specialist, will tell us about CPS Energy's customer assistance programs. Dan Macias with our community engagement team will share information about CPS Energy's rebate programs, while Rita Jefferson with our customer response unit, also known as CREW, will cover CPS Energy's Flex Power Bundle initiative and our proposed rates advisory committee. Councilman Trevino, thank you very much for hosting this event with me. Before we jump into our program, I want to give you an opportunity to address any of our attendees this evening. Councilman?
Thank you so much, Laura, for co-hosting this with me. I'm very excited to be with you tonight. I'm so grateful to have such a great partner in CPS. I want to mention all the great work that CPS does around the community, specifically in making sure that they're listening to neighborhoods. We have worked together on different projects, specifically around what neighborhoods are wanting and needing to protect the character and the vitality of those neighborhoods in and around the city, specifically in District 1. I look forward to talking about some of the great things we're all working on and continue to work on together, and look forward to listening to the community, answering questions moving forward. Thank you.
And Councilman Trevino, I hear that I understand that you want to talk about some of the programs that are near and dear to your heart and that are valuable for District 1 residents.
Yes, thank you. So I'm going to start with one that is very, very important, not just to me, but to a lot of people, as I mentioned, as we want to protect neighborhoods, we want to protect the people that are living in those neighborhoods. And that really is around housing and how we want to protect the most affordable housing is the existing housing we have. And we created a roof program called Under One Roof. If you've not heard about it, it is a program. If you qualify, the city will essentially redo your roof. Now, here's what's interesting, is that the roof program basically provides you a new roof, and it's just a roof. We don't do the other things around the house. It's the roof itself, but the roof itself is a white color, or we call it high reflectance, and it reflects the heat. Why is that important? Because in South Texas, it is really hot. And so when you reflect the heat off of a roof, guess what? You save on your utility bill. And so we're actually in talks with CPS. I'm excited to say that CPS will hopefully soon be a partner in helping to augment the Under One Roof program, because it is an energy program. In fact, much like solar panels produce energy, the white roofs offset energy because you don't have to use it. So sometimes producing energy can be equated to saving energy, right? So this is essentially saving. It's a passive system, and for those who are interested in it, please call my office or the city of San Antonio. Look up Under One Roof. We'll get you an application. This is for seniors, for low income, for those who are veterans or disabled. We're here to help you, and we want to talk more about how these kinds of programs actually help lower utility bills. In some cases, some houses have lowered the utility bills by about $2,000 a year. That's a lot of money. Help you with medical bills, with other things like food. And of course, right now during this pandemic, we know that money is very, very critical. So this is so important for all of us. We also help create the tree fund. Trees are so important for our city, especially in areas where there are not a whole lot of trees. They help to, just like the roofs, cool the environment, because again, when there's too much heat, we have to use our utilities to help kind of offset some of that. So having more and more trees in our city is so critical. Another one of those things I'm very, very proud of helping to accomplish in our city. It is a citywide program. In fact, we just even had a shade competition, or a competition to design how shade could look wherever you couldn't plant trees. So if you can't plant a tree, maybe we can create a shade structure. So we're going to be on the lookout for some of that. Also know that we also partner with CPS to provide some assistance for areas that might have some dark spots in your neighborhood. And we work with CPS to help fund some of these areas that they need a little bit more lighting, but we also want to create the right kind of lighting. CPS partnered with District 1, my office, to create the urban lighting plan. Why is that important? Because it's not just about putting light, it's about using the right kind of light and getting it right so that we distribute the light equally and we have a great quality of light no matter where you are in the city. So I want to thank CPS, Paula Gold-Williams, and all the great partners that work at CPS because they've been very helpful in helping to provide ways to improve the quality of life for the residents in every single neighborhood in District 1.
That's great information for all of our residents of San Antonio. I see that you have Denise Hernandez from your staff. She's a senior events services coordinator.
And you should know that I have a great staff. A lot of people benefit from the great work that Denise Hernandez and many on my staff do every single day. So when you call my office, you know that you'll be talking to either me or one of my staff people who take this job very seriously. So again, I'm very grateful for all that they do. And this is one of those subjects that we talk a lot about in my office. Again, we were talking about housing. Well, evictions are a major issue in every community across the country, especially during this pandemic. And what people should know about the federal eviction moratorium is that this federal order is from the Center for Disease Control, which stops residential evictions of covered persons for non-payment of rent. It will end at the end of this year. And that is also critical to point out that, in January, we may not have a moratorium on evictions. And so we'll have to figure out what's next. And so you have to be qualified and you'll know whether you might be covered or not covered. There are still evictions being filed, but just know that we're working hard in my office to help educate folks about evictions.
Awesome, thank you. Our next question is, can families still be evicted even with this order?
Can families still be evicted even with this order in effect? Yes, in fact, there were almost 700 evictions filed in October alone. Also, late fees and such can still be added on your bill during the moratorium. So don't lose sight of that. Late fees can still certainly be added. The order only applies to non-payment of rent, so other lease violations could lead to evictions for renters too. The order only applies for, again, covered persons, and there are 5 things a renter or a homeowner must do to be a covered person. 1, they have to apply for government housing assistance. 2, the individual has to have made less than $99,000 in an annual income for 2020. The amount is $198,000 if you filed a joint tax return. 3, the renter or homeowner has lost their job or had costly medical expenses which make them unable to cover rent. 4, the individual must make an effort to pay some portion of the rent as scheduled. 5, last is that an eviction would force the household into homelessness or into another home in close contact with others. So after checking these 5 boxes, you must then print, sign, and provide your landlord with an official CDC eviction declaration. People can Google search this form.
Awesome, thank you, Councilman. I think we also want to discuss, does the city have a housing assistance program? What is it called and how can they apply?
Yes, so the city does have a housing assistance program. It is called the Emergency Housing Assistance Program, or EHAP for short. It does work. So far, the EHAP has provided $58.7 million in assistance to over 21,000 families. The assistance can help cover rent, mortgage, utility bills like SAWS or CPS, and internet bills. The process is used to, might take multiple before assistance is provided, but we've been able to cut that number down by 80%. So it takes about 11 days on average now. So again, we do have a program, and people can reach out either to my office or just, again, you can Google search it, the City of San Antonio Department of Neighborhood and Housing Services.
Awesome, thank you. And on that note, who has the program helped so far? I know it's a lot of families, some of them being renters. Do you know who those folks are?
Yeah, well, this is probably the most important part of understanding who we're helping and why. So the program has helped over 21,000 families. 85% of them are renters. A recent audit showed that single female heads of household were the majority of the approved applicants. The average income per family assisted earned less than a third of the median income in San Antonio. So again, this is such an important issue. It's near and dear to my heart. I was raised by a mother. It really just shows how much this is a crisis for many in our community. 85% of the folks that we assisted are renters, and a majority of them were single mothers.
Thank you. And for our last, what impact will COVID-19 have on housing and housing assistance going forward? We've seen the impact so far, but about in the future.
This pandemic has certainly illustrated how many of the residents, most of them renters, live on a razor's edge. One missed paycheck away from hunger and homelessness. For far too long, renters have not had a seat at the policymaking table, which makes it tough for them to provide input or hold administrators or elected officials accountable. Before this pandemic, my office filed a policy request to create a renters commission to represent the experiences and needs of the 600,000 renters who live in San Antonio. That's about half of our community. So half of this community rents. And so council will be voting on whether to establish an independent renters commission. And I would encourage renters and housing advocates from all over San Antonio to make it known that renters deserve to be heard. We need a renters commission.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Councilman, for sharing all of your work and all of district around housing, especially renters' rights. Laura, I'll go ahead and pass it back to you for the rest of our program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you, Councilman. There was information that even our crew team will be able to take back from the information that you shared with us just a moment ago. I believe our virtual attendees will appreciate learning about the many programs we have to offer. As a reminder to our attendees, we are recording today's presentation and we are sharing it. We will share it on social media at a later date. Also, we look forward to answering your questions throughout the program. Please use the chat feature to connect with a team member. We're going to continue the evening with customer assistance programs. Joining us today is Rosemary Aguillon to elaborate on these programs. Welcome, Rosemary.
Thank you, Laura. Hello, everyone. My name is Rosemary Aguillon. I'm with the Community Engagement Team. CPS Energy has a variety of money-saving and general assistance programs designed to help our customers. This evening, I'll be going over a few of our assistance programs, including our Residential Energy Assistance Program, known as our REAP program, the Senior Citizen Billing Program, the Senior Citizen Late Fee Waiver, and the Affordability Discount Billing Program. To begin, the CPS Energy Residential Energy Assistance Program, or REAP, is a partnership with the City of San Antonio and Bexar County. CPS Energy contributes $1 million or more per year to the REAP fund. Through our REAP program, customers receive payment assistance through the City of San Antonio Department of Human Services, where qualified customers may receive up to $400 applied towards their energy bill. To qualify, For the REAP program, you must have an income at or below 125% of the federal income guidelines and be experiencing a financial hardship. For instance, at this slide, a family of 4 can have a gross income not exceeding $2,729. To apply, you can complete an online application by visiting the website www.sanantonio.gov/DHS utility. This electronic application allows for faster communication and allows you to check the status of your application. You can also call the City of San Antonio's Department of Human Services at 210-207-7830 for more information. Now for my next topic, we have the Senior Citizen Billing Program. Allows senior customers additional time to pay their energy bill. To qualify, the person whose name appears on the CPS Energy account must be at least 60 years of age, and the program can only be applied to the customer's principal residence. To apply, senior citizens can complete an online application by visiting our website, cpsenergy.com/assistance, or by calling us at 210-353-2222. Next, our Senior Citizen Late Fee Waiver Program. For qualifying seniors over 60 years old, once on the program, they can have their late charges waived. To qualify, the individual must be 60 years of age or older and be the customer of record and have an income at or below 125% of federal income guidelines. To apply, you can complete an online application by visiting our website at cpsenergy.com/assistance, or you may call us at 210-353-2222. Lastly, I will provide you some information on our affordability discount. Through this program, customers may be eligible for a discount on their monthly service charge. To qualify for this discount, your income must be at or below 125% of federal income guidelines, and you must meet one of the following requirements: be 60 years old or older, have a disability, use life-sustaining medical equipment, have preschool-age children or children in school 18 years or younger, or have an extenuating circumstance as identified by CPS Energy or the City of San Antonio. To apply, an online application can be completed and submitted by visiting our website, cpsenergy.com/assistance, or call us at 210-353-2222. This concludes my presentation. I want to thank you for this opportunity to provide you with this information, which I hope you found helpful.
I understand that you're part of our outreach team during this period of social distancing. How is our organization staying in touch with the community?
Thank you for that question. Our outreach team has been scheduling and conducting virtual presentations for our community. School leaders, first responders. We have conducted presentations on our customer assistance programs, utility assistance, energy efficiency, and public safety education. So please, if you are wanting us at your next meeting or event to conduct a virtual presentation, please call us at 210-353-3939 or email us at cpsenergypresentation@cpsenergy.com.
Thank you again, Rosemary. As Rosemary mentioned, CPS Energy has a variety of programs to offer all of our customers. We encourage you to visit cpsenergy.com/assistance for more information. Next this evening is our rebates program. Dan Macias will cover CPS Energy rebate programs. Welcome, Dan.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Laura. My name is Dan Macias, and I am a member of the CPS Energy Community Engagement Team. I'd like to thank you for joining us today, as your time is very valuable to us. Today, I am excited to share some information with you about a variety of money-saving and energy-efficient CPS Energy programs designed to help our customers. This evening, I'll be going over our CPS Energy Save Now programs. Now let's move on to our first topic, where I will be discussing our Save Now rebates and energy efficiency programs. We offer Save Now energy savings and rebates to help our customers save energy and to reduce the overall demand for energy in our community. You can always find information and applications at cpsenergy.com/save now or by calling 210-353-2728. First, I'd like to share information about our available home efficiency rebates. Currently, CPS Energy is offering rebates for the following: attic insulation, central air conditioners and pumps, pool pumps, and window AC units. We also offer the following natural gas rebates: gas clothes dryer, gas water heater, tank or tankless, gas cooktop or stove, gas conversion rebates for your water heater, dryer, or cooktop stove appliances. To apply, applications must be received within 30 days of installation. CPS Energy also offers a cool roof rebate. A cool roof is one that has been designed to reflect more sunlight and absorb less heat than a standard roof, and can help reduce the energy required to cool a home by reflecting solar energy. This can help lower roof surface temperatures by up to 50 degrees and reduce the cooling demand by 10 to 15%. To apply and qualify, applications must be received by December 31st, 2020. Customers who retrofit their roofs with the qualifying materials will be eligible for one of the two-tiered structures, and rebates average about $144 to $360 per project. Now keep in mind, this is going to be based on the average size of an 1,800 square foot home. Next is our Wi-Fi thermostat rewards program, where you can save $85 when you enrolled a qualified Wi-Fi thermostat in your home. A programmable thermostat helps make it easy for you to save by offering pre-programmed settings to regulate the temperatures in your home. To qualify, enroll an eligible Wi-Fi thermostat in our rewards program. During summer peak energy demand days, we may briefly adjust your thermostat setting by a few degrees, but only as needed. You can always opt out of participating in the peak demand events by manually adjusting your thermostat or by going through the app. Following the summer season of each year, you're also eligible for a $30 bill credit per household account, and you'll continue to earn the annual bill credit for as long as you're enrolled in the program. To apply, you may complete online application by visiting our website, cpsenergy.com/save now, and visit the Wi-Fi thermostat rewards link, clicking on the Enroll Now button, and you may also call us at 210-353-2728. Lastly, I will provide you some information on our CASA VERDE program. This program helps income-qualified families reduce energy costs with free efficiency improvements like attic or wall insulation, air and duct sealing measures, and the installation of LED light bulbs. This program is available to both homeowners and renters and provides an average of up to $5,000 in energy efficiency upgrades at no cost. To qualify for the CASA VERDE program, you must have an income at or below 200% of the federal poverty guidelines. For instance, a family of 4 can have a gross income not exceeding $4,367. To apply, applications are available online by visiting our website, cpsenergy.com/CASA VERDE, or by calling us at 210-353-2272. This concludes my presentation, and I want to thank you for this opportunity to provide you with this information, which I hope you found helpful.
Dan, thank you very much for that information. I know that the COVID-19 has affected the community in such a big way. Many programs like our CASA VERDE and our home energy assessment programs had been suspended during the pandemic. And I heard you mention the CASA VERDE program. Are we simply taking applications for CASA VERDE, or is our organization starting to put the program in full swing, actually weatherizing homes now?
Great question, Ms. Laura. So at this time, yes, ma'am, we are continuing to take CASA VERDE applications. As of September, contractors have started to weatherize homes.
Thank you very much, Dan. I appreciate that. I'm glad to see that we're starting work on weatherizing homes and getting that great benefit out to the District 1 constituents, as well as any other constituents that qualify for the program. CPS Energy generally cares about our community and promotes programs that can help support our customers, whether it's our own CPS Energy programs or local agency partners programs. Our outreach team has definitely had to get creative in maintaining engagement with the District 1 community. We're glad to offer fairs like this to be able to continue to connect and share that information. Our final topic of the evening is CPS Energy's Flex Power Bundle initiative and our proposed rates advisory committee. This is our governance slide. Here's a quick snapshot of how the proposed structure might look like. The proposed RAC is very similar to our other structures, like our Citizen Advisory Committee. Councilman, this would be very similar to your appointment of Andy Castillo on the CAC. We want to make sure that this proposed committee has access not to only our top leadership, but to our CEO and additionally our Board of Trustees. The proposed RAC would complement and add to the input that we receive from many of our other stakeholders. As I mentioned, as Rita mentioned previously, and I'm not too sure if you were able to hear, we have a diverse group of stakeholders, which include the environmental stakeholder group, the solar stakeholder group, our chambers of commerce, and our school districts. We want to ensure that we are on board in our outreach to our community. We're committed to making these meetings accessible to anyone in our community, and we're planning on live streaming these meetings and recording them, allowing the public to view it live and or at their leisure, especially during the times of COVID. We understand that not everyone will be able to go to an in-person meeting, so it's important that we have virtual meetings, or at least have the live stream capability for anyone to participate from anywhere in the world. This event is recorded, so anyone can go back and reference this material at a later date if they wish. We will post the information on our website like we do today when we have community meetings. We'll also consider alternative times to meet if perhaps daytime hours are more conducive than meeting in the evening hours to have participation from various people. We know people have different work schedules, so we would like to be very flexible regarding that as well. The mission of our RAC, with our Rate Advisory Committee, is to provide a helpful and unique knowledge base on the insights of what we do as an industry as well as a utility. We, with the ultimate goal of weighing into the value pillars that we have, of the value pillars that CPS Energy has, affordability and reliability remain the top two responses we get from our customers when we ask them what is most important to them. Two things to be considered. We're going to provide the foundational knowledge to understand rates, and the members should be willing to learn about the cost recovery to include the utility's best practices. There are expectations and responsibilities from the utility, the consultant. I'm not sure if you heard that we're going to be hiring a consultant that has industry knowledge about a utility, has best practice knowledge to share and to help implement a curriculum for the individuals that are participating in the Rate Advisory Committee. So anyone that does get selected to be part of this committee will be given a knowledge to be able to help conceptualize what they're tasked to do. We will devote the necessary time and energy to provide information and knowledge to understand the complexity of what it is that we do. We also want them to understand the potential structures that would be a good strategy or an alternative solution. We want to make sure that the input from the proposed Rate Advisory Committee is considered and that the community understands that we take all of their concerns to heart. The committee's charge, our proposed Rate Advisory Committee, is going to be able to produce rate structure recommendations. As per our bond covenants, the responsibility and accountability of our rates reside with the Board of Trustees and our regulator, the City of San Antonio. However, the Rates Advisory Committee will be able to provide an abundance of useful input for consideration to that process. So someone might say, well, what's the RAC going to do? We want to create a pathway for input to management and our Board of Trustees on rate changes and the creation of new rates. They will receive information on rate design trends, learn about cost structures. We want them to ask relevant questions and raise concerns for the community. These will be the people, the voice of our community. We will review the impact of generation, resource implications, and functions in that advisory role. Now let's talk a little bit about how we will get the RAC members up to speed. We will be developing a curriculum. We will work on the governance structure and establish the bylaws. Also, provide a history of current utility practices and best practices across the industry, including strong utility and industry acumen. We've got a lot to consider in San Antonio and the greater community in regard to environmental considerations, regulatory parameters, and how we would look at our current rate design, amongst other things. This slide here is simply an illustrative timeline of what Rita had spoke about earlier on how we've been engaging, how we received the mayor's memo. We introduced it to our board. We had an RFP issued for the rate advisory committee for those consultants to bring them on board and help with the development of what this committee will be. And then we got impacted by COVID, and so we later picked up the speed and tried to go along with this timeline. So we have been active with our board. We continue to provide input, provide updates, and seek input as much as possible. We want to hear from you. So I'll stop here for a moment before we transition to the Flex Power Bundle. Community public input is essential to us. We have created an English and Spanish phone line, which is 210-353-6788, just for that. We would like to hear from anyone who has any comments or feedback regarding our proposed rates advisory committee. We want the community to tell us what they think. For example, if someone is interested in participating in this committee, please let us know. It's a perfect opportunity for you to phone in, leave us your name, your number, and we can get back to you. We would also like to hear from you about whatever feedback you can give us as to how much time do you think this committee should be spending in meetings, whether it's 1 hour, 3 hours, or 5, and how often should they meet, whether it's should be once a month or several times a month. Call us, give us your feedback so that we can provide this input to our board. Also, before we move on to the next session, I want to encourage our listeners and viewers this evening to watch or listen to our Board of Trustees meeting. They are live streamed, or you can call in. Our board information and presentations are posted online in advance, and you can follow along as our Board of Trustees hear from experts across the utility about the matters that are important to us. So we've talked a lot about our Flex Power Bundle. I want to, we went out for an RFI earlier this year requesting information about what might be currently available. We have been very successful with the fleet of power plants that we have owned and operated, but the fleet continues to get older. Currently, we have about 1,700 megawatts that have been that will need to be taken offline within the next 10 years. This is due to the age of the power plants because they run pretty heavily during the hot summer months here in San Antonio. They become less efficient over the years. They also become less reliable. And anytime one of these plants fails or is not performing as it should, there is a financial risk. It's like an older car. There are only so many miles you can put on the car or vehicle before it starts to have problems. Couple that with the fact that with losing 1,700 megawatts, how do we grow that bandwidth to cover the power that we need for our community? So we'll go out for an RFP later this year, a request for proposal for the Flex Power Bundle. We're asking for commitments of 900 megawatts of solar and about 50 megawatts of battery storage. We understand that new technology affects our system, and we want to be able to have we want to have it available, not just for our portfolio, but for our customers. Additionally, we know that sometimes the wind doesn't blow and the sun doesn't shine, so we need some type of firming capacity, amount of load that's always going to be there to service our community. To meet that same requirement, the reliability that a traditional unit might have. You have likely heard us speak about our STEP program extensively, which is our Safe for Tomorrow energy plan, formed in 2009. Well, we did a STEP bridge extension. STEP was highly successful. We not have only met our goal of 771 megawatts, but we've exceeded it by saving 833 megawatts, which is about the same size as a large power plant. We avoided that cost for our customers. We budgeted about $849 million for the STEP program, and we came in $130 million under budget. We also completed it with 1 year early. We understand that the tried and true products that have been successful for us, and we are looking to see how innovative couples with either a step bridge extension or later in 2021, next year sometime, how FlexStep, a bigger and bolder program, may be released again with a combination of tried and true and new technology. We've come a long way in our STEP vision. We started the Save for Tomorrow plan in 2009. We released the Flexible Path a couple of years ago, and all this ties together. The Flex Power Bundle and the Flex Path, again, tried and true products with newer, cleaner technologies and product offerings for our customers. I'll end on this slide. For any questions you may have, please use the chat feature. We have our crew members that are live and ready to answer any questions. For public input, call us at 210-353-6788 and let us know your comments or suggestions. Let us know if you're interested in participating in the committee, how long you think the meetings should last, if they should be ad hoc, just whenever we need one. We're looking for community input. So just want to thank Rita for presenting earlier today. I apologize for any of the technical difficulties. If you need any additional information, call us. We use the chat feature. We'll definitely answer any of your questions or respond to your feedback. Again, that phone number is 210-353-6788. If you want to nominate yourself to be part of this Rates Advisory Committee, you can use the same number. Also, please take any one of our online surveys, the Flex Step or the Flex Power Bundle. The information that you provide us is what helps us do what we need to do in the future, or so we can go ahead and have that community input. So thank you very much. That was the last topic of our program today. Councilman, do you have any closing comments for your constituents?
Thank you, Laura. Just want to thank you and your team, Daniel, Rita, Rosemary. Y'all did a great job. Again, just showing the great partnership with CPS. I'm so grateful for all the work that you do. In fact, I want to take this moment to thank you specifically because it was way earlier this spring. It was at my request, and CPS followed, that we put a moratorium on some of the disconnects, because we're going through a very difficult time, and CPS has gone above and beyond to help those struggling right now during this pandemic. So thank you for what you're doing. I want to thank my community for their involvement and their engagement on these kinds of issues during this pandemic. Stay safe. Appreciate your patience as we do these town halls virtually, because this is the best way to keep everybody safe. And want to encourage everybody to practice good. I learned a new term, physical distancing, but you don't have to socially distance. Socially distancing is probably not the right term. Physically distancing is right. We can socially gather like we're doing here tonight. So thank you for this fine get together. And again, wear a mask and stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Councilor, for those remarks. We greatly appreciate the time that you're taking right now to host this event with us, and I love that physical distancing remark. We embody that here at CPS Energy, definitely. I want to remind everyone that's joining us here today that if you have any questions you'd like to ask us, please use the chat feature. Our crew team has been with us throughout the evening, answering any questions in real time. We will remain live for the next couple of minutes. So thank you very much for joining CPS Energy's People First Community Fair, hosted with Councilman Roberto Trevino. Enjoy the rest of your evening.